neighbors, countrymen, lend me your ears. This is called the Typing Session Pregame Show for fairly obvious reasons. I've got a 1 p.m. typing session. It's an hour and 45 minutes. Not feeling especially energetic or enthusiastic about doing that, but how much complaining can I really do without feeling ridiculous? Very little. I mean, bird. Well, I just woke up again. I woke up early, and then I streamed for about close to 2 hours, I guess. Went back to bed. Got up again. This time, perhaps a little sooner than ideally I would have gotten up, because my typing session is not till 1 o'clock, but that's fine. Or we're rat tank fun full of what? Hello to the earth as well. Rachel is still asleep. She gets up around 2 usually. I'm feeling pretty fully rested, but I could use another day or two of heavy rest. Yeah, I got a typing session at 1 o'clock. Unfortunately, I went to PayPal yesterday to PayPal Rachel some money to cover a bill she's writing a check for, and discovered that I had several people that I had to type. So I successfully booked 3 typing sessions. One of them for today, one of them for tomorrow, and one of them for, I believe it's Tuesday evening. Could be Monday evening. I know, that'll teach me to be useful, huh? Good morning, Jonathan Carpenter. So now I gotta do work. Who? Where? How? What? I have to do work? God. Scotland or Germany? I'll say Scotland. If you're talking about a soccer game, I'll take Scotland for sure. Maybe another what is coming from your housemate soon. I know, right, Aga? You know, I got news today that Chris Chapin and Elaine will not be coming to America after all. So it's not too late, Aga, for you to book a last minute trip to America. And you can stay at our other house in July if you want. Where did I put the bomb? There it is. Yeah, all you need to do is find, you don't have to find anybody, but if you found somebody else to go with you, that would be great, you know. Maybe you should start okay, well, I'm with you, Mitchell F420. You're Scottish, you're 420. You and I are practically the same, except I'm American. I do love international soccer. I gotta admit that. Yeah, are you the Mitch and the Glatrix? Has anybody ever called you that before? Mitch and the Glatrix? MBTI is BS, some say. Well, MBTI per se is probably BS. That's why I only talk about something called defensible typology. Well, if you were a superhero, Mitchell, you could be Mitch in the Glatrix, and your superhero power could be causing glitches in the Matrix. I agree, Aga. You could come in here, you could dress up like me, and you could do a whole stream pretending to be me at my house. I thought it was a good idea for a superhero, right? You've heard probably a superhero named like Nick of Time. The guy, their name is Nick, and they call themselves Nick of Time. Well, I thought Mitch and the Glatrix would be a good version of that. Cool, Mitchell, whatever you want to go by. I have a prediction too. I have a sports prediction right now, and my sports prediction is this. And this is a shocker. The Oakland A's will come back to make the playoffs this year. They're only 11 games out, maybe 12 now. They're going to have a real turnaround at the All-Star break, and we're going to see the Oakland Athletics soar to the top of the American League West. Mark my words. I don't want to start a hippie con yet. I hope your day goes well. I'll try my best not to embarrass myself, or Philadelphia will be embarrassed. I wouldn't want you to embarrass Philadelphia. Oh, feel embarrassed. Well, I hope you don't feel embarrassed either. Also, whatever you want to call it. And I hope at the end of the day you feel like, good day for me. For you, I mean, I think it's a good day for me so far. Not a terrible day anyway. Bye. Have a good one. So anyway, I'm getting used to life without drugs. It's been a while now. And I called my daughter the other day and said, hey, do you have any drugs to share? That is such an ESTJ thing to do, Aga. My ESTJ friend is doing a party tomorrow. She sent a page of rules, including when the entertainment starts. This proves typology is real. Hey, none of you better be entertained right now. That's not for another 30 minutes. Oh, I know about it. I went to a ESTJ friend's party one time, and we were starving, but eating wasn't scheduled for right then. We needed to wait until it was a scheduled eating time. That's why he sent the schedule, okay? Obviously, you should have read the schedule and eaten ahead of time accordingly. Scheduled parties. I remember whenever I think about an ESTJ having a party, I think about the episode of Friends called The One with Two Parties. And yes, exactly. Or a rat tank one for a rat. That's why one has children. Because one will quickly enough become too old to hook up one's own drugs. Basically, Aga, arrive at 6:30, okay? If you arrive between 6 and 6:30, you're just going to be adrift without instructions on how to be. That's a funny idea, Winston's mom. Bring your own set of slightly different rules, though, okay? Just slightly different with some of the wordings a little bit different. And be like, that's not what the rules I got said. It says here, with frogs. There's no best type, okay? If you like a well scheduled party, your best type is ESTJ. It really depends on what you're into, you know? So, anyway, the drugs I was hoping my daughter would hook me up with were just her prescription drugs, anyway. Which is the same prescription drugs I get, except I burn through mine like a fiend. And she's not a big drug addict like me, so. She's such a good girl. I love her very much. I talked to her just the other day, like I said, and I felt sad because it's like, I just don't talk to her that often. Neither Winston's mom. She's running low, and her re-up is on, I think, the 20th. She said my re-up's on the 18th. Everyone has to wear Taylor Swift, or access will be denied. If I were gonna have a party on a specific day, oh no, I just gotta wait till a few more days once in a while. It's the best thing for me anyway, you know. I need to have a full unadulterated sleepy week and a half, or whatever. Basically, if I'm on the shit for like more than 2 weeks, I need to be off of it for about 2 weeks. It's like there's no free rides in Sleep Town. There just aren't. If you don't get enough sleep, you're gonna have to make it up. And that's kind of a piecemeal affair. You know, you can't just go, okay, I'll sleep for the next 48 hours straight. It just doesn't work like that. The seeds are called black oil sunflower seeds, but they're basically, as far as the woodland ferns are concerned, They're indistinguishable from black tar heroin. That's how much the Woodman friends are fiendy about them. Afternoon, Moffat. Who's Moffat? Am I supposed to be Moffat? Are you digging your Delta 9s, huh? 2 at night and 2 in the morning. That's cool. It's smart to take the right amount of gummies. Rachel and I both have a long-standing habit of taking too much. Just a little bit of gummy is an excellent way to kind of bring a slight chill to your day without going too hard, you know? This is a cat eating his food. Watch as he eats his food. It's made out of little cubes. Is there any action you could take that would make you guilty for the rest of your life, or would you learn to live with it no matter the atrocity level? Of course, there are actions you can take that make you feel guilty the rest of your life. I currently feel guilty still for things I did when I was like 7 or 8 years old. So, like bullying some other kid or whatever, right? I still feel guilty about it to this day. I still periodically, to this day, think about instances from my childhood and say, I hate myself. And that's not even like high level of atrocity. Is it possible to stay so clean that you don't continue to make mistakes that make you hate yourself? It's very difficult to. I made a mistake the other day because I was just careless, ungentle, right? And I was rude to somebody on the phone that I had no desire to be rude to, and I know I hurt his feelings. And I feel terrible about it. That one I won't feel guilty about for the rest of my life, but I guess you have to be a little worse than old age. Don't be a dork. I can't help it. It's beyond my power to not be a dork. Yeah, well, in the episode of Friends called The One with the Two Parties, Monica has games planned with markers, and she obsesses over making sure everybody puts the cap back on all the markers. If I talk to you, am I now talking to famous people? Yes, you are. You are a famous person now because you're talking to me. That's how it works. So, congratulations. I'd rather not. When people pay me, I generally type them or make an effort to type them rather than just immediately refund their money. But I'm not technically doing it right now. Yeah, I consider myself not a minor celebrity, but I consider myself more famous than not famous at all, right? So, like, there are plenty of people who are not famous at all that have no public, uh, that have no public persona or whatever. Well, not too much, my fave Molly. Zigzag says, "Do I feel like I'm addicted to YouTube?" I don't feel like I'm addicted to it. I think YouTube is integrated as an important part of my life habits. It's important to my emotional, spiritual, and otherwise well-being. It's it's very much a part of my life. I don't feel addicted to it at all because you can't get addicted to something like YouTube. I mean, it can be your avoidance mechanism, but that's different. Rachel's in bed. Yeah, a lot of people have seen my face, maybe heard my name once or twice. I'm not famous or a celebrity at all, but if you take the default sort of average, the average person has zero famousness or less than one famousness. That is to say, if you're somebody who posts on Instagram and you've got some followers or whatever, um, then you have some level of visibility. But until and unless you position yourself as some sort of person to pay attention to, you can't really ever have any level of fame. Like I know my friend Dave Porter posts things on Facebook sometimes, and among people who know us, he's got um, some level of aware. People are somewhat aware of him, but that doesn't make him famous at all. Carol probably says, "I like that YouTube is important to your well-being and routine. You're talky, and this is suited towards you. So I don't think I could do it. Right? It depends on who you are and what you want to do and how you want to be. Right? I am very talky. I was watching a cartoon before this, and and then I ran out of cartoons to watch, so I didn't feel like watching on TV. So yeah. Jason L, you're a fun guy. I like you. I don't think I'm gonna hit a blinker, but I think I am gonna hit Rachel's vape. Blinker me this, Blinkler. I didn't tease you. What you call a blinker is what I call deep throating a vape. You don't talk fluent. Yeah, I'll remember you when I'm super famous. If I ever got super famous or rat ting fun for rat. I mean, I can tell you this much. I don't want more coffee. I'll get a different beverage. There's zero chance I've ever met anybody with your name before, and very little chance that I'll meet someone with your name again. Just like I still remember Ken Krishna Sarma Pagu, even though she's not been here for a long time, for like years. I still remember her because how could you forget that name? Ken Krishna Sarma Pagu. Oh, you want me to blink it again, huh? All right, let's do it. Let's do it, Jason L. Let's do it. Just for you. Okay? Well, yeah, we go out a lot. We just don't live stream when we're out, really. So you never get to see that part, right? It didn't blink, but the light just stopped shining. Yes. She's Kang Krishna Sarma Pagoo. Kang Krishna Sarma Pagoo. Yeah, she do what she do, and she say what is true, cause she's Kang Krishna Sarma Pagoo. Or something like that. That's why you don't try to hit a blinker, kids. Okay. So I want to go back to what Terrible Palsy asked. I love this question, by the way. Deconstruct distinct live stream errors in your memories that are constituted by the type of crowd or people in your streams in that period of time. Yes and no. It's important to remember that it is not the case that YouTube has always had live streaming. Much of my YouTube career, live streaming didn't exist. I still did things like have hangout video conference rooms, record conversations in there, etc. But that's a pretty good one, listens, Mom. Maybe it is Flashback Friday. This starts at, it starts at 40. I'd end that song right there or a little before. It's a pretty good it's a pretty good song if I were to edit it. That's something that needs to be made into an actual song. It's one of those things that's a freestyle that's got such good parts to it that it needs to be made into a song. I thank you for pointing that out to me. It's it's just made up on the fly, right? So things that are just made up on the fly can only get to be so good. But Cloudy Day in Los Angeles started out as something made up on the fly. It was kind of a mess of different related ideas like that, and became one of my, what I believe to be one of my most well written songs. So I need to do something with that. I like it. I always liked it, the good parts of it. So now I just need to make it into an actual song. I mean, it has just it has to be written into what it's supposed to be. Thank you for pointing me to it, Winston's mom. The parts I like about it is bananas, and canal. These go with Panama quite well. These are things that go with Panama quite well. I think that's a great lyric. It was just on whatever, you know. It wasn't on anything in particular. Just, I'm sure, amphetamines like Adderall. Same things I'm on now. It's not like I did any any different drugs really then than I did now. Ever since I quit drinking, I've been doing basically the same drugs. Bananas, and canal. These are things that go with Panama quite well. For like made up on the fly lyrics, that's pretty dope. Lyric weed because my face is lying. That's why I look sad. Because my face is lying. I try to minimize people having to do that as much as possible. Terrible palsy. So I'll decline. You'll have plenty of opportunities to see my toothless grin, but I do try to impose that upon the audience less rather than more. That was back in Temple City. No, I would not want to include the. Would not want to. That's fine. Nothing to apologize for. I would not want to include the word bananas in all of my songs. It'd be difficult to rhyme for one thing. If I cared a lot about it, I'd get it fixed. My girl's doing great. She's sleeping. She's happily resting. I'm killing time till I got a typing session at 1. I'm feeling kind of like a little bit itchy, but also kind of happy that I have to wait till Tuesday. I'll get good sleep until then, as best as I can. Then Tuesday, it'll be on like blonde. On like blonde. And then it's either Friday or Saturday that Cameron's coming up to visit. Also on the 19th, I'm getting the bathroom painted at the other house. Everybody needs a little time away, just for a day, from the little house. Now I'm standing in here. Nobody really knows why. Least of all me. I think what I should do, I should just bite the bullet, put on my boots, go outside, and toot, toot, toot. Go outside and let the garage door open. Now, for the first time ever on live stream, you, the viewing audience, is going to get to see what it looks like when the garage door closes. Sounds like a song lyric, Winston's mom. Cause I'm a Taurus sun and a, well, let's see this what it says. Taurus sun, Gemini moon, right? Cause I'm a Taurus sun with the Gemini moon and my Capricorn is rising. Like that kind of lyrics. No, I don't go outside to break wind. I have kind of like this long-standing habit of going outside to smoke cigarettes, except I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, so. Yeah, the little car is pretty cool. All right. Now, we've got shoes, we've got socks. I'm tying my boots. You know, Putty Cat, not yet, but you are enticing me with that vivid description. Where you live in Florida, everyone drives around in golf carts. Well, that's kind of like a golf cart, but it has gasoline instead of electricity. Some people call it a side-by-side. Some people call it a buggy. Some people call it, like I call it the little wilderness car. I don't know. It's officially called the Kawasaki Mule. Lately, they have been regular and unremarkable, much to my gratification, I tell you. Okay. Really, ever since I had that, well, ever since I got triple teabagged, as I like to say, it's when you have a 3-bag dose of Smooth Move tea. Yeah, anyway, I triple teabagged myself the other day when I was backed up, and I've been pretty regular since. Seems to have fixed something. Apparently, there's some other meaning for that expression, but I can't imagine what it might be. Hi, Daniel. Sarah Jane has a four-wheeler. It's pretty fun. Yeah, that's one of those cars that's got two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. It's got locking rear. It's got locking differential, rear and front differential. I don't know. I'm not really knowledgeable about this kind of things. It's got seat 6. The back part of it tilts up like this if you want to put like rocks in it and dump out rocks. Got a lot of stuff going on. Got a winch. Not the kind that serves you drinks. If it had that kind of winch, I'm pretty sure Rachel wouldn't approve of that. Of course, I wouldn't approve of it. But. Okay, well, there's a tube. This tube goes from this water gutter, ring gutter, underneath the thing here and down this hill. So I'll put these plants someplace else. I think what I'll do is I'll just put these plants just kind of maybe downhill from these plants. Or I can put them over here. We start getting a lot of. Or I could put them more over here. Well, that's fine. Let's just do it right here. This seems like a fine spot. Just right here. It's so rocky. It's like too rocky. I can't dig into that many rocks. Well, maybe let's put it someplace else. What about right here? Will this work? Yeah, that digs a lot better. You know what? I don't even need to dig it down very much. And I'll tell you what. Because I can just go like this. I can just cut the bottom off of this pot and then just set it in here like that, you know. But I should probably take it a little deeper than that. I'm just being super lazy and lazy. See, I'm not really sure I love this spot right here. I guess it's fine. I guess it's a fine enough spot. Yeah, I'll hurry, you rocks. God. You know, it's like, you have this romantic notion, right? Like, it'd be cool to own like 50 acres of land. No, it wouldn't. I can barely dig a hole that's like 2 feet deep. You know, it's hot. It's hard to dig. Alright, that's gonna have to be good enough. Don't you think? I do. That's pretty much good enough. What kind of a root is that? Is that a root? No, this isn't a root. It's some kind of orange rope. Well, I don't know what this orange rope's all about. I'll try to chop it up in half. You dirty rat. All right. Okay. We're almost cooking with biscuits and gravy. There. Okay. So, now that the hole's the right size, we aren't done yet. Obviously, if you just put it in like that, it's only going to have a few holes on the bottom to poke through. And it will be sad. So, let's go get a cutter. Cutters are things you use to cut stuff. Whew. I tell you. I feel like some sort of regular guy out there. Digging holes, yards, whole 9 yards. Alright. So let's go get the cutter. I already know which cutter I want and why. The why is because, oh no, all my tools are at the other house. Mother of puckers. Well, when life gives you mother puckers, you make lemonade. So let's make some lemonade. Let's make some lemonade. No meow. Tyrant? Tell you that cat's a complete tyrant. Could use that. It's kind of a nice knife to use. No. No. I'm sorry, but no. That's all there is to it. And eat by yourself, you big baby. All right, I'll bring a few different options here. Oh, no. No trouble. No. Okay, Mikey West Side. Spammy? Look at all spammy. Need more food? You're gonna have more food, but I'm not gonna let you eat it. All right, let's go. Let's go do some work on the bottom of this pot. going to need to put this up on something to deal with it, I think. Let's put it up over here. All right. So what we're trying to do here, basically, is to cut through the bottom of this pot, this plastic pot here. Let me do the camera the other way. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we're going to cut through the bottom of this plastic pot, so then we can just put the pot into the ground rather than removing the plant from the pot, which increases transplant shock. So to avoid that transplant shock, we'll just cut the bottom from the pot, and then the roots will just grow out from the bottom. True, this does limit the plant in that the plant cannot grow its roots sideways, but we can account for that a little bit too. I'm going to try it first with just this plain old knife here and see how that goes. Now that's pretty tough, right? It's a pretty tough cut. So because of that, we're going to go to option number 2. Option number 2 combines the power of cutting with the power of fire. So I'm going to heat up this scissors. This does a pretty good job of cutting it. But it's going to take a while to cut it like this. I could use a more quick method, such as the angle grinder. Or I could try this. I don't want to cook the root. Well, this is obviously a slow and laborious process. I'd like this to go faster. So, if you want something to do to go faster, what should you do? Does anybody know the answer? I'll tell you what. The first word rhymes with hours, and the second word rhymes with pools. Can you guess what it is? How do you make something that's taking a long time go faster? That's right. The answer is power tool. Right now I'm just too hot to even stand outside for a moment longer. Okay, now there's not a bad idea, Winston's mom. I got a better notion than what you're saying, but based on what you're saying, okay? Actually, now you mention that. So I appreciate you mentioning it. The pot might fall. Oh, Diamond. You living in your safe world of insurance on insurance. Don't you get it? You got to live on the edge. You got to put your pot on the edge. When you see my idea, you're going to realize, oh, that's so smart, Eric. That is so smart. Do I have a jigsaw, bro? Smart notion there, Neil. Smart notion. I like your thinking. Yes, I do have a jigsaw. Probably be the best choice, right? Neil makes a good point. Neil makes an excellent point. You know what else is an excellent point? Let's just sit here for a second. Let's not go crazy. No, my smart idea was heat up, well, basically like a hole saw. Thank you for reminding me what I'm doing, Mr. Small. I appreciate it. That's a helpful and important reminder. Or we're rat tanking on full wet. That is not the first time somebody has said something like that about a situation like this. But okay, so if I get out the jigsaw, it'll be perfect. But I think I think what I'm gonna do is a little easier than getting out the jigsaw. It rhymes with gangle oranger. It rhymes with gangle oranger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go put on some safety glasses. So I don't want bits of shit to fly into my eyes. There's nothing to be afraid of, everybody. It's going to go smooth as silk. All right, so you're ready for the rare opportunity of watching Eric use power tools. Whenever that happens, things definitely have a very real possibility of going horribly wrong. Oh no, I forgot again. I have all my tools over at the other house. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's why I'm doing this dumb way in the first place. Is I have all my tools are at the other house. I just might have to wait till later to do this. I have to go get those tools. I can't do that now because I got typing coming up relatively soon. Horrible. I forgot why this is such a stupid thing in the first place right now. It's because the tool I want to use in the first place is not here. It's at the other house. Well, you can be just fine. Just stay like you are, hole. And in the meantime, you can just continue to be where you've been here. And I'll just give you a good watering today. Later on, I'll go get the tools from the other house. Okay. Now you can watch me water. I'm sorry that's a poor substitute for watching me actually do this, but as we've discovered again, the tools are not here. I need to build a better little wall around this, because this soil is more or less just straight clay, very slow to absorb the water, and so I need to make sure it all stays in its hole there so that it gets drank adequately by the plant. You can see on this, it still has water just sitting there, right? Whereas this is all soaked up already. You can see it even better over here, where it's barely begun to absorb bumblebee. Trivia question. Can bumblebees sting you? Answer, yes. The beautiful bumblebee, part of nature's crown of glory. All right, half an hour till I type this lady. Obs McGobs, I'm going to have to put a lot of water onto that thing. Or water it frequently because it's absorbing so poorly. Okay, let me put the free Palestine again. I don't have Palestine locked up. Okay? So just knock it off. All right. Well, I've got 25 minutes or so till this typing session. I think I'll end the stream. I think I'll cut this one short due to the lack of interest and upcoming works. So we will talk to you again before too long. And I wish you all the best. Merry Christmas.